Hello, I am Andy, and I'm going to read to you a program called Best Vocation and Talent for Those Born on the 10th of August. So, what you can be really good for and naturally find your way to success easily. Well, you have a temperament which is not easy. So, work wise, you have to be careful to improve your tolerance and teamwork for people. Otherwise, in whatever job you take, you'll be always found to be a loner in many ways and to want to do things without consulting whoever you are working with or whoever you are working for. And in business, you will be the same. You will want to do everything to yourself. You'll want to make your decisions very quickly and with a lot of authority. It is true that you're born on a lucky day, the 10th of August. And so, whether in partnerships of job or business, you have to learn to be flexible and negotiable if you want to have success. You can be a professional of any kind because you'll want the name tag to be known as somebody very knowledgeable and somebody very educated. And there's nothing wrong with that. But even then, wherever you work, whether for the civil service, government service, or whether in corporates, or whether you open a business for yourself or a job for yourself, you have to tell yourself that teamwork is something you have to inculcate in you so that you can have the chance to grow big. As a one man show, you will not be able to do something bigger after a certain level, and you'll find that it'll be too much of a burden that you may have created. You can be an academic, which means you could be ending up in universities or teaching there, or you could be writing theses, or you could be a person through studies like an academic, become a lawyer, a doctor, an engineer, anything of such things. But you could also be a hands on person who will learn things in your own way at your own time. One way or another, you are going to be successful. But it's important for you to know the talents that you have. You have many talents, too many talents. And so you learn to do things very quickly. And that can be a problem. So less is better. And tell yourself do not try your hands at too many types of businesses. You will be very popular. So people will want to team up with you for the sake to use your popularity. And hands on people learn things while they are doing things. And that is one way you will also do it. You may come from a family which doesn't do well. And so you will learn to be hands on, getting a job, maybe even as a mechanic, and ending up owning the whole mechanic shop. That will be you because you are a leader and want to be the leader. Your early ages are going to have a lot of struggle because you won't find an easy way to get onto it. If you become a professional and manage to do that, then in your mid 20s and late 20s, you will start to find success. If not, if you do things on your own, you will struggle until the age of roughly 27 or 28. But after that, you'll find your footing and you will start to do very well. Your mental and physical energies are very strong, but they're also very sensitive. And so you tend to be pushing yourself over the limit in whatever you do. You can be a real estate person. You'll be able to convince people because you have that aura about you that people will believe what you say. And you could be a doctor, lawyer, as I said. And you could be a person who works for the civil service, which will be also good for you. And you will be very interested in politics. So, politics is not an occupation by itself. You need to be good in something to be respected, whether an academic, a lawyer, doctor, etc., or whether in business. And from there, you spring on to be a politician. But you'll want to do it basically on your name, and that won't be a good idea because everybody's horoscope will have ups and downs. And when you're on a down period, people will abandon you, and you'll be very sorry that you trusted people. So that's one of the traits in you. Don't lean on people too much because they will be jealous of you wanting the limelight all the time. So share the limelight in every industry or job or politics that you do. Your temperament is going to be one of the very important things for you to manage. And you can rise very high positions, even in the job area. You will go up to be manager, the general manager, and very powerful. So always remember that what you are doing is only a job. Don't take it too personally. Don't be oversensitive of what somebody looked at you that way or said something you in that way. Try to not get so arrogant as that because you can tend to be that. Excuse me. In your later ages, when you so called become mature, then you will understand mankind much, much more. And you'll find the way towards getting support from people will be much, much easier. So that's the way you are. So, born on the 10th of August, what you want to do is all yours. But remember that you are unique with your ideas. So, to fit into a job where regulations are set and where you have no freedom to move generally, you will not be happy. So, look for a job where the scope is to be able to widen your talents. That's very important for you. You're not one of those people who like day in, day out to do the same thing. In many ways, you are an adventurer of some kind who will want to test new forms in scientific areas or in sports areas. And you will make a name by coming up with something very unique as an inventive tool for anything, whether sports, whether for industries. So you have that magic about you. That's why you'll always want the freedom to have your own business. But you can't have that too early because you won't have the funds for it, maybe. So work and work for people so that you gain the experience as well and understand how to cope with people as well. You can also be a great sportsman, as I said, or an entertainer. I've seen so many horoscopes of people who love the limelight and love to be adored and love and have the way of showing a talent which will gain many followers. And you will choose that road very often. But you may also choose the road in the wrong sense, where you want to make money very, very quickly. So people will make use of you because of your popularity to make you the front for quick rich schemes, for example. Be careful of that because your reputation will be always on the edge. It from a good position for no reason that to blame you. It can suddenly go very low because you may be representing a company which is making use of your popularity. So be very careful as well. In the form of occupation or job, as we call it, you will have the chance to rise very quickly simply because you will have an aura which attracts people, whether you're a male or a female. You'll have an aura which attracts people. You have the beauty about you, the charm about you, and that naturally will attract people. And so you'll have the chance to go up the ladder of success very fast. And I see that happening from 27 and 28 ages. Of course, it's not continually up all the time. What goes up has to come down as well. And that I will only know when I have your full date of birth, your time of birth, and especially reading your palms. Your palms are very special. All these lines changing and the signs appearing. Somebody is doing that. That somebody is your soul. It's not happening by itself. So your soul is your guide in every form. And the soul maps it out on your palms to tell you what happens. And lines and signs will change regularly or sometimes suddenly and unexpectedly. That's why people like me who know your horoscope and date of birth also must read your palms. And that's how you will know. For example, yesterday 350,000 babies were born. They can't have the same destiny just because they're born on the same day, because their palms will all be different. Because the palm is something which is personally yours and it maps out your ups and downs, including your health areas as well. So there you are. You have a lot of choices in the job business. Basically, you are a promoter. So anything to do with events, you can create them, whether for promoting yourself or for promoting industries or promoting retail, whatever it is. So the business of advertising, public relations, or being in the cinematic field to produce commercials which appear on television or on the screens. All that you can do because your level of creativity is very, very wide. I hope one day I can have your date of birth and time of birth and have a look at your palms. That will cost you USD $50 to have a 90-minute session with me. And during this 90 minutes, I will talk to you about all areas of your life, your job, your business, and every possible area. And from there, we'll do this 90-minute session. I'll show you how to be lucky. How to be lucky because you have a soul inside you. The soul is only activated in our 50s, 60s, and 70s. But I'll show you how to get that much, much earlier. There's a way to show that. So at any age that you see me, even as a teenager, you will learn how to get the energies accelerated very fast to get your knowledge and the possibility of good luck and success earlier. So there's so much to teach you. Your lucky colors, lucky gemstones, lucky days, lucky directions. These energies added up together make you have a very powerful aura. And that's what attracts people and gives you the success much, much easily. So there you are in this 90-minute session. I will go deeply into your health areas because without health, there's no wealth. And I will talk to you very deeply based on your date of birth, time of birth, and especially reading your palms, where the seriousness of bad health may be. Once you know it at an early stage, you can mend it at an early stage and you can overcome the difficulties. So there's going to be a lot going on. It's a 90-minute session. So remember, born on the 10th of August, in terms of job, in terms of business and vocation, we call it. You are going to do something to be very proud of what you're doing. So go right ahead, but always try to include teamwork because without it, there'll only be a certain value to you or certain amount of gaining some kind of fame. So have the more working with people together and you will do much, much better. I wish you a good life in the meantime. And before I leave you, here's my email. Send me this email and let's have this 90-minute session together to know your next 9 years based on your date of birth, your time of birth, and looking at your palms. And all it will cost you is USD $50. In the meantime, I wish you a good life and I thank you for listening to me. Goodbye.